Okay, so now that we've looked at scripting, that was a quick introduction to scripting. There's a lot more scripting capability available to you, but this is a simple basic um, ECC configuration. So we're back now under services. We've selected the technical support service, and now we want to add some detail to the call flow. So let's create an announcement plan. So is there a mandatory greeting that we want the caller to hear when they call into the system? If that is so, then we're going to select script here, and we're also going to go find the script waveform that we previously recorded, and we also set up a script. You don't go directly to the file, you go to the script that points to the file. So in this situation here, we're going to say, every time they call in, I want them to hear this mandatory announcement before they are sent to an agent. So if there is no agent available, I will wait, I don't know, 30 seconds or so, and then I want them to hear the script that we previously defined as our first queue message. And then let them sit there for 60 seconds or so, and we now go into an area in which we need to add more options. So I'm going to make this the first message that they hear after the first queue message, previously recorded TAC 2, and maybe we want to wait 120 seconds before we do something further, and I'm going to check that box because up here I have the ability to cycle this secondary announcement. So though this box is under the mandatory and first queue message, the actual recycling of played messages refers to this secondary announcement. So I'm going to say, if they're in there longer than 120 seconds, keep in mind that this recording gave them the option of pressing 1 to bail out. So if they're sitting there for 120 seconds, we will just cycle this last message. And so every 120 seconds or so, they're going to hear this secondary message. So this service now has an announcement plan. We have a destination, which is going to be a group called technical support, and that will include all of the agents that we assign to the group called TAC. Now we want to take a look at what should we do if there are no agents and a call comes in to this service. I previously defined a script, and that script does just transfers them to an extension, a mailbox inside the ShoreTel system. So now I've got that possibility covered. Call comes in, it comes to this service, the details of which are here. This is the announcement strategy that we have for the people that come into this service in the event that agents are not immediately available. Well, in this case, even if an agent is available, we want them to hear the mandatory greeting associated with this service. You can have a different one for each service, but in this case, I want them to hear this WAV file. If there's no need to hear a mandatory message, you wouldn't check this option. Then they would only hear this greeting if there were agents available, logged in, but currently engaged. So the call would go into queue and they would hear the first message. 60 seconds later, they would hear the second message, and because of this checkbox, they would loop here until an agent became available. In the event that no agents are available, when a caller comes in here, they're going to be transferred to a default destination, which happens to be a script that we created previously. It's named transfer to 130, and we'll just go ahead and save that. So though there are other attributes in here like abandoned calls and callbacks and things of that ilk, we're not going to cover them in this basic configuration. We'll do that in part 2 when we look at more advanced options. But you now have your agents defined. You have groups. You put your agents into groups. You've created some scripting, and you have a service that those scripts are running in. And at this point, I think that we're about to create the IRN, which will be the last step in our actual configuration.